is Mike Bolick. I serve as the chair of Public Education Partners. Our organization was founded back in 1985 and was originally known as the Alliance for Quality Education. Our mission is to support and strengthen education in the public schools to make sure that each child in Greenville County is successful. And we do that in partnership with many of our donors and with the school district and many others throughout the community. Today we're here to start off our Make Summer Count, our reading program, and you're going to hear a little bit about that from some of our team members. First one we'll hear from is Susan Shy. Dr. Shy is the Public Education Partners Program Manager, and will tell you a little bit more about the program.
In 2011, with Public Education Partners financial support, Greenville County Schools decided to implement a new approach to teaching reading in our elementary schools. Balanced literacy with an emphasis on an effective teaching technique called guided reading instruction was piloted in 11 schools. After PEP's initial $100,000 investment in balanced literacy training for the teachers and staff at those initial 11 schools, PEP decided to focus our continued involvement on our least resourced schools by additionally providing free books for children to take home for summer reading. While PEP's support has grown to 18 schools this year, the school district has trained every elementary teacher in 51 schools, and this is just one of the most systemic changes I have ever been a part in. It's pretty amazing. PEP's major investment now revolves around summer reading. We're providing new home libraries for children at each of our 18 partner schools, and of course that includes Hollis, where we are today. This year we raised over $250,000 from local corporations, foundations, and individuals to purchase 120,000 books, which will be self-selected by over 10,000 children. You donors in this room, please know how grateful PEP is for your sponsorship of this effort. Our emphasis on free books for summer reading is grounded in research that shows that reading well at a young age is critically important for later life success. We know that summer reading loss is responsible for 80% of the reading achievement gap between upper and middle class children and their impoverished peers. We know that a child not reading on grade level by third grade is 4 times less likely to graduate high school. And we know if that same child is also living in poverty, he or she is actually 13 times less likely to graduate. Thankfully, though, research also tells us that students living in poverty who are allowed to choose free books that they want to read and that they can read and take home for keeps will read more during the summer, will maintain their reading skills, and will return to school having no or less summer reading loss. These children will simply read more on their own than those without books in their homes. Therefore, we're here today to celebrate PEP's book fairs and to kick off a new summer reading campaign that we are calling Make Summer Count. For we know that the more children read, the more they learn. And the more they learn, the more they can do. So please help us assure that all of our children read this summer and make summer count. Thank you.
Next, we're going to hear from Louise Mariani that we introduced earlier, that is Communications Director for GE. And GE was our Corporate Partner of the Year for Public Education Partners a couple of years ago, I believe in 2011. So very involved in education in the community. So please help me welcome Louise.
Thank you. At GE, we believe good citizenship is about making positive changes in the world around us. Our businesses depend on the infrastructure, skills, and institutions of stable, prosperous communities. We believe we have a role to play in supporting the education of the workforce of the future. Giving students access to quality education gives them powerful tools and enables them to fulfill their potential. The jobs of the future require key skills, particularly in reading, writing, math, engineering, and science. A lack of achievement in these areas poses serious risks to future competitiveness. GE has been a proud corporate sponsor of Public Education Partners for over 20 years. As the 2011 Corporate Partner of the Year, GE knows that when we donate to PEP, our funds go directly to the classroom, or in this case, a child's home. We also know that PEP will leverage our support with hundreds of other donors to make an even greater investment in our local public schools. The organization is an effective partner because it studies what works and measures its results. At GE, we're excited to partner with PEP in its efforts to make summer count for every child, because reading this summer can mean success in the future. Let's read and make summer count. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. And next we have Danessa Barr from Hollis here, and Danessa is a fifth grade teacher, as I said, and I believe is going to share a story about reading and the book fair that she's seen. Welcome.
Good morning. It truly is an honor to stand before you today to be able to tell you about the experience my students had when they were able to come into this great room. I told them you're going to be able to pick out 12 books. Their eyes just lit up, and when they actually were able to see all of the books, like their hearts were just racing and like they didn't know where to go and what to touch and what to do. My students, they were just kind of all over the place, holding up books and shouting to one another, look at this book, look at this book. I had one particular student, she said, Miss Barr, my sister's a vampire. And I just thought, oh, okay. But she told me, she said, I've read a book in this series before, but I had to turn it back into the media center. And now I get to take 2 books home with me that's from the series, and I actually get to read them. And I said, well, what are you going to do when you read them? She said, I'm going to read them to my little brothers and sisters that also go to Hollis Academy. So not only is she increasing her vocabulary and increasing her comprehension, she's also going to do that for her brothers and sisters that go to this school. And I think that's just amazing. And I truly feel like my students are truly and really going to make their summer count by reading this summer. Thank you.
Thanks, Danessa. What we just heard is really what it's all about. The excitement that these teachers have and the role that they play in our children's lives are so influential, and appreciate all the teachers in Greenville County and what they do. Once again, we're getting ready to welcome a first grade classroom to come in and see books